Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the new changes in the Undermined patch that's coming out, and there's so many class changes. Unfortunately, I will not be going over all of them. It's just there are way too many. The video would be like so long, and I unfortunately don't play every spec anyways. So I will leave a link to the notes in the comment section down below if you want to read that. I did want to go over all the PvP changes, like all the talents and stuff that are getting removed. There's even a lot of that, so that's what this video is going to be out. If you want to check out the notes for yourself for the class changes, you can go check out the link in the down below. So otherwise, I will be giving some of my thoughts on some of these, and let me know what you guys think of the changes down below. And let's get this started. So first one is Walking Dead PvP talent is being removed for Blood DK. Unfortunately, I don't really play Blood in PvP, so I'm not really sure what that does, but they're removing that. Frost DK, Death and Cold Embrace, it's a new PvP talent. Pillar of Frost grants you Remorseless Winter automatically and increases its damage by 1000%, its radius by 150%, and your movement speed is reduced heavily for its duration, and Pillar of Frost cooldown is increased by 15 seconds. So, this talent seems to be kind of more based around better for battle rounds, in my opinion. At least that's the general feel I get from it. I'm not sure if it's going to be worth using for getting your speed reduced and your Pillar of Frost for increased by 15 seconds. It might be just gonna need some experimenting, but judging by what I'm seeing, I think this might be a really good thing to use for battle rounds. But we'll have to see. It does increase its damage by a lot and its radius by a lot. The downside is that Dead of Winter PvP talent is being removed, so DKs will not be able to stun their targets with Remorseless Winter anymore. But I'm not sure if that's going to be a really good change or not. I don't think it's going to be a really good change, but some people might disagree with me. Frost DK, or DK in general, does have some decent amount of CC between Strangulate and the Disorients, stuff like that. So I don't know. I think Dead of Winter change might be a mistake, but that's just me. Veteran of War now increases stamina by 6% in PvP was 10%, so DKs will have even less stamina. I always think DK in general, it doesn't really have that amazing survivability at the moment. But, so yeah, basically a little bit of nerf to the defenses, I guess. Null Magic reduces magic damage you take by 3% in PvP, was 4%, so a little bit more damage taken from casters. But they've always been the more anti-caster class anyways. But yeah, I think the one main change I disagree with is probably Dead of Winter at the moment. That's my opinion though. Unholy got the stamina nerf as well. Null Magic, they got reduced by that as well. Necrotic Wounds no longer has a healing component, so I'm guessing, I'm not sure what this means, or maybe I'm just overthinking it. Let me know in the comment section down below, but I'm assuming that means they no longer reduce healing, or maybe you don't get the, or maybe you don't get healed from it. I don't play Unholy a lot. I played it a tiny bit, but I'm assuming that's what it means, is that it no longer heals you, I'm guessing. Havoc Demon Hunter got a new PvP talent. Well, it's not really new. Vengeance Demon Hunter actually had this one. For those that haven't played Vengeance, Vengeance would have a PvP talent where you would pretty much strangulate them in the air and they would stand there, and then you use it again, throwing them somewhere. And I'm assuming that's basically what it means. So this is going to be interesting. It replaces Fell Eruption. I don't know if anybody's kind of ever going to use this one, but maybe for like certain situations where like maybe if you grab like a knockback item and knock them back. I don't know. I just don't really see many people using this because there's so many other PvP talents that are good, like making people immune to prison and they can't break it, or reverse magic, rain from above being good in some situations. So I don't know if anybody's ever really going to use this one. But yeah, this was a Vengeance Demon Hunter talent, and now it is a Havoc Demon Hunter talent. New talent for Vengeance. Illidan's Grasp throw range reduce to 20 yards was 40 yards and no longer stuns and damages on impact. So it's basically the same thing as Illidan's Grasp, except it's specifically for Vengeance. Now for Druids, Thorns has been redesigned. Now a passive that activates when you cast Barkskin or Ironbark. I'm kind of disappointed with this one. I loved Thorns. So I'm kind of disappointed with this one. I mean, at least it's still in the game, but I kind of think this is a not really amazing change personally. King of the Jungle has been removed. This got nerfed a while back, so I'm not really too surprised they eventually removed this one. So King of the Jungle was basically giving feral druids a lot of self healing, and a lot of people were complaining about the self healing ferals can do, which I'd rather have some self healing. Otherwise, you're like Boomkin at the moment, where your self healing is pretty bad defensive wise. So I don't play healer, unfortunately, so I don't know a lot of these, but I'll read them anyways. Shapeshift into Ancient Lore for 12 seconds, preventing all crowd control effects, reducing damage taken by 20%, and granting you Blossom Burst and Mass Blooming, reducing movement speed and replaces Incarnation Tree of Life. So basically, it's kind of like Incarnation, where you're already immune to CC anyways, from what I'm gathering. Heals an ally for one missing overtime heal effect. If all present, it critically heals. Mass Blooming heals 5 allies and applies one missing heal overtime effect. New PvP talents: Force Guardian, Wrath, Starfire, Cyclone, and combo point generating abilities extended duration over your heal overtime effects. So basically, I guess they want you to deal damage as well to extend your heals. Mastery is no longer reduced by 20% PvP, so buff to their healing. Life Bloom got an extra 15% increased healing. And the following PvP talents have been removed. Focus Growth, which I think I remember that one. I think that's the one that increases your Life Bloom's healing if you used it several times. And Preserve Nature, which I'm not sure what that one is. Up next, Evoker. Sleepwalk no longer has a cooldown. I'm not sure how to interpret that. Dreamcatcher PvP talent has been removed. Augmentation, new PvP talent, Seismic Slam. Landslide causes enemies who are in mid-air to be slammed to the ground, stunning them for 4 seconds, and landslide's cooldown is 15%. Or, I mean, reduced by 15 seconds, sorry. That one sounds pretty cool. I mean, don't really play Augmentation that much, but if you could do that right and just seeing them slam like that, that'd be kind of cool. Dream Projection has been removed. Now for Hunters. New PvP talent, Explosive Power. Bursting Shot now also knocks you back and snares enemies by an additional 20%. I feel like in some of the situations that could be kind of cool. I could see maybe some situations like what happens if you get knocked off a cliff and you use Bursting Shot and it saves you that way. Like, what if you do a Bursting Shot into a disengage if you got knocked off a cliff? That could probably like save you. Like, for example, like I'm thinking about something like Eye of the Storm. Like if somebody knocks you off, you could still probably save yourself with just disengage, of course. And there's also gliders, but I don't know. I'm just thinking about something like that. But I don't know. I'm just thinking about different possibilities. But that sounds to be pretty cool. I think that would be kind of cool to use. Beast Mastery Hunter, Dire Beast Bactylus has been redesigned. Now triggers automatically onto your target when you cast Call of the Wild. Okay. New PvP talent, Sniper's Advantage. True Shot and Volley increase the range of all your shots by 30% for their duration. So basically, it's like Sniper Shot. So if you have True Shot, you can basically Sniper Shot people from like as far as away from Sniper Shot. That sounds really, really strong. New PvP talent, Aspect of the Fox, Aim Shot, and maybe cast while moving during Aspect of the Cheetah. That could be really, really strong as well. Dang, Hunter's got a lot of strong PvP talents. Ranger's Finesse no longer increases the effectiveness of bursting shots. The following PvP talents have been removed. Interlope, Marksman Hunter only. Sniper Shot has been removed. Okay, so that's why they're putting Sniper Shot into the new PvP talent. True Shot Mastery. I actually like that one. Wild Kingdom. Okay, so I'm kind of gonna miss these two, but Sniper Shot's gonna be into True Shot, so that's not a really big deal, anyways. New PvP talent, Overpowered Barrier. Interesting name. All barriers absorb 100% more damage, so mages are going to get more tanky. And have an additional effect, but lasts 5 seconds. Ice Barrier, if fully absorbed, enemies suffer massive frost damage. I highly doubt it's going to be massive. That sounds really strong. But I guess we'll see the way they word that. It's going to be interesting. and are slowed for 70% seconds. Blazing Barrier reflects 100% of the damage absorbed, so basically it's like a touch of karma, I guess. Prismatic Barrier, if the barrier is fully absorbed, gain time warp for 4 seconds. This seems like the weakest out of all of these. Ring of Fire has been redesigned. Now disorients enemies who enter for 3 seconds and burns them for 3% of their maximum health over duration. It was 18%. And its cooldown has been increased to 45 seconds, overrides Ring of Frost. Honestly, I don't know if Ring of Fire is going to be worth it now. I'm going to be honest, I don't really use Ring of Fire as much anymore. I use it sometimes, but for the most part, I haven't used it as much lately. I mean, the Disorient will probably be nice for like CC and battle rounds, but I think that's about it. Ultra Time is now affected by healing reduction effects such as damping. That sounds to be pretty huge. Although I mostly do battlegrounds, so it won't really affect me as much, but that should be interesting for arenas. Temporal Shield has been removed for Arcane. New PvP talent for Fire. Heat Shimmer now additionally causes your next Scorch to become instant and cast 100% effectiveness. I don't know how good that'll be. I don't play Fire as much anymore. But Scorch never really does as much damage, does it? Up next is Monk. Absolute Serenity has been updated. Now prevents all crowd control, was incapacitates, disorient, snare, and root effects. So basically, if you're running Conduit Celestials and you were getting stunned during that, for example, and it stops it, now it won't. So that's if you're running this PvP talent, though. So that'd be pretty nice. Alpha Tiger has been removed for Brewmaster. Mistweaver, Feather Feet, you may now cast while moving lighter than air and now lasts 4 seconds. Alpha Tiger has been removed. Windwalker Reverse Harm PvP talent has been removed. Up next is Paladin. The light reveals all enemies in stealth or invisible to you while under the effects of Divine Shield. This effect lingers for 20 seconds after Divine Shield fades. So basically, they want Paladins to be flag spinners now. I don't know who would ever really use this talent, though. I mean, this just, like, you would have to use your main defensive, like, to even get the effects from it. And there's so many different PvP talents that Paladins could use that are way better than this one. So, I mean, it's cool in theory, but I don't see this being really that good at all. Like, there's just who would just like, for example, who would go into like an arena and bubble just to get a rogue at a stealth? Like, I know there's eyes everywhere and stuff too, but or a battleground, who would use Divine Shield just to get a rogue at a stealth when they still have subterfuge anyways and still get your stuff on you? So even if you get them out of stealth, it doesn't really necessarily matter anyways. And then you can't defend yourself. So I don't know. I mean, it's a cool talent and all. Anything that kind of makes Rogue's life miserable is a +1 to me. But I just don't see anybody ever using that. They redesigned one of them. Or they redesigned Illuminates. Healing transfers increased by 200% based on your missing health. Lower health allies heals for more, and it's only available for Holy Pallies. Okay. New PvP talent, Blessing of Spell Warding. So, I guess Holy Pallies never had this one? I mean, I don't heal, so so basically, they just get spell warding now. And they remove Judgments of the Pure and Blessed Hands. Aura of the Reckoning has been removed for Prots, and Aura of the Reckoning has been removed for Ret's Paladin, as well as Lawbringer. Well, that's kind of a little bit disappointing, but this will be. I guess we'll have to switch to a few different talents from them. Priest, Discipline, Archangel has been redesigned. Now a passive spell that upgrades Evangelism, causing it to heal for 30% more, increasing your healing absorbed by 20%. I just hope Discipline Priest doesn't become even more gods. Like, I'm kind of sick of the Discipline Priest meta. They're very annoying to deal with. I literally see them everywhere in Battlegrounds, so yeah. Them and Mistweavers are the most popular thing at the moment, but I'm okay with Mistweavers a little bit more, except on flag carry maps. They're definitely annoying to deal with there. Shadow Pain damage no longer increased by 15% in PvP, so a little bit of a nerf to their damage. Holy has been removed from PvP talent tree to the Holy talent tree. Up next is Rogues. New PvP talents. Preventive Manure. Feint decreases your damage taken by an additional 40% while stunned, and its energy are cost by 30%. Really? Oh my gosh, so that's a huge freaking PvP talent for Rogues. Oh my gosh. So if you stun them with Feint up, they will take even less damage. Dude, oh my gosh, Rogue's favoritism, man. Veil of the Midnight PvP talent removed. So basically, you can't um, Cloak of Shadows bleeds and all that off anymore. So that's kind of a. So they basically still have a really insane defensive though. So I imagine everybody's gonna go from Veil of Midnight to probably this one now. Yeah, a lot of rogues are definitely gonna use this talent. This is huge. Freaking rogue favoritism, man. Following PvP talents have been removed for Outlaw and the Enduring Brawler. Take your cuts. I think Enduring Brawler was the one that increases your stamina in combat or something, so kind of a little bit of a nerf to Outlaw Rogue. And then Take Your Cut, I think, was Haste. I don't play Outlaw, so but I'm assuming those were those were, if I remember right. This one is huge. Shadowy Duel has finally been removed. Everybody's been asking for this one to be removed for a long time, so Shadowy Duel finally gone from the game. I definitely think this had to go. This was so annoying to deal with, so I'm glad Shadowy Duel is gone. Good riddance. Shaman, electrocuted PvP damage increased by 100%. New PvP talent. Storm, Conduit, casting Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightning reduces the cooldown on Astral Shift. And all that stuff. So basically, whenever you use Chain Lightning or Lightning Bolt, your defenses will come up a little bit faster. Although, I feel like a lot of the time you don't really cast this as often, so I don't know how this will help out a whole lot. I mean, it's still something, but yeah, this might be an okay talent, but I think there's some other talents that are way better for Elemental. Enhancement, Ride of the Lightning has been removed. I think a lot of Shamans did use this one. I don't play Enhancement. I don't even play my Shaman much in general, but I think a lot of Enhancements did use this one, so unfortunate for them. Same team PvP talent that Elemental got, Resto got. Totem of Wrath PvP talents now triggers from Nature's Swiftness. Up next is Warlock. New PvP talent, Bloodstones. Your health stones are replaced with Bloodstones, which increase their user's haste by 20% for 12 seconds instead of healing. Wait, so if you use this talent, you lose your health stones, and they don't heal you but give you haste instead. I don't think anybody would ever use this. There's no way, because Drain Life already sucks, and health stones are your only way of surviving. So I don't think this is really worth it. Like, it'd be, if you have a dedicated healer, then yeah, I could see it being useful, but I just don't see this ever really being that useful. Call of Observer is being removed. A lot of people use this in Battlegrounds, so kind of sucks to lose that because it was good against casters and stuff, but they were easy to kill anyways most of the time, so it's not really much of a huge loss, I suppose. Bonds of Fel 40 is being increased by 40%. I don't really use this. I don't see a lot of people really use this, but might be worth using now if it's increased. I don't know. We'll see. Up next is Warriors. New PvP talent, Berserker Roar. Go Berserk, removing and granting immunity to Fear, Sap, and Incapacitate effects for 6 seconds. And reduces the duration of the next crowd control by 15 seconds. Within 15 seconds by 50% on group members. Wow, that actually sounds pretty freaking crazy. This might actually be a really good talent to use if you have a group. Up next, Dragon Charge has been redesigned. You move slightly to the left and right of its effect. Cooldown increased by 45 seconds with 20 seconds. Now available to all warrior specializations and Override Heroic Leap. I'm not sure I've ever seen this one, but maybe it's for prots? I don't know. Dragon Charge can now be cast while rooted and maybe double tapped to cancel early. So I think it was probably a prot thing. Rebound PvP talent now increases damage reflected by 100%, was 50%. Rallying Cry now affected by 100% more effective in PvP. And Warbringer PvP talent has been removed. So Warbringer was the charge talent, I believe. I don't think a lot of people would really use that one that much anymore, but I think that's what it was. Arms Sharpened Blade PvP talent has been redesigned. Now empowers your next mortal strike after you cast Colossal Smash or Warbreaker. Okay. Storm of Destruction PvP talent now additionally functions with Demolish. Master of Command no longer increases the effectiveness of Rallying Cry. I'm assuming that's to counter react the one they just did earlier. The following PvP talents have been removed: War Banner and Shadow Colossus. Okay. And then last but not least, Fury. Death Wish now causes you to grow in size. So as if you already weren't, Death Wish is such a high risk ability. So basically, if you use Death Wish, you'll be pretty much even more of a target and you'll get blown up even faster. The following PvP talents have been removed: Battle Trance. Kind of gonna miss this one. This one actually was pretty good. And Barbarian. And last but not least, Protection Warpath PvP talent has been removed. Um, Anyways, this is it for the PvP changes. As you can see, there was a lot of changes, and this was just a PvP section. And this has been 21 minutes just going over these. So, like I said, it's too much to go over the class changes as well. I'll leave a link to the description down below for the class notes. Let me know what you guys think of the PvP changes. I will see you guys later.